The hidden power of the mind, dark psychology, and the battle for control every day. Have you ever felt that someone is influencing you? Not with chains or threats, but with invisible strings pulled deep inside your mind. In the quiet corners of conversation, in the rhythm of words, in the pauses between sentences, influence is happening. You don't feel it. You don't see it. But it's there, shaping how you think, what you feel, and even who you believe you are. This is not science fiction. This is dark psychology, the silent art of control, persuasion, and emotional manipulation. And if you don't understand it, you're already under its spell. Today we're going deep into the hidden layers of human behavior, the subconscious mind, and the path to self-mastery, to uncover how control works, and how you can break free. The invisible strings of influence. Dark psychology isn't about evil. It's about power, the power to shape emotions, beliefs, and behavior without anyone realizing. It's in every negotiation, every relationship, every advertisement, and every political speech. From the smile that hides an agenda, to the voice that calms or provokes. The smallest cues trigger responses buried deep inside the subconscious. Human beings are predictable. Our brains run on patterns, emotional scripts written long before we ever became aware of them. Those who learn to read these patterns hold the remote control to the human mind. But make no mistake, this isn't about magic. It's about understanding. The human mind doesn't respond to logic first. It responds to emotion, association, and memory. That's why you buy something you don't need. That's why you trust someone who reminds you of someone else. That's why you react before you even think. Dark psychology exploits that split second between emotion and reason, the space where choice can be rewritten. The subconscious mind, the hidden operator. The subconscious mind, silent, relentless, and ancient. It controls 95% of your behavior, while your conscious mind believes it's in charge. Every fear, every reaction, every gut feeling starts here. It's the invisible architect shaping who you are. Think of your subconscious as a vast library. Every sound, every sight, every emotional experience you've ever had is stored there. And it's constantly influencing your decisions without asking for permission. Why do some people make you uneasy the moment they walk in? Why do certain words trigger anger or sadness, even when no harm is meant? That's your subconscious whispering, "I felt this before." And dark psychology listens to that whisper. It bypasses reason and speaks directly to emotion, because emotion always wins. Every ad, every political slogan, every manipulative phrase is designed to bypass logic and tap straight into your subconscious. It uses rhythm, repetition, tone, and imagery to create emotional resonance. The subconscious doesn't think in words. It speaks in symbols, sensations, and associations. That's why a single image can change your belief faster than an hour-long argument. To master the mind, you must first meet your subconscious, not as an enemy, but as an ally. The emotional battlefield. Here lies the truth most people never face. The world doesn't control you. Your emotions do. Every manipulator, every influencer, every toxic leader knows this. If I can control how you feel, I can control what you do. That's why emotional intelligence isn't just self-help advice. It's psychological armor. Emotional intelligence is the ability to notice your emotions before they notice you. To observe your anger without becoming it. To see fear without surrendering to it. When you're emotionally intelligent, you become unpredictable. No one can easily provoke, guilt, or seduce your mind. When others react, you respond. When others explode, you analyze. When others get lost in emotion, you stay centered. The manipulator thrives on chaos. But awareness creates stillness, and stillness breaks their power. Self-mastery begins the moment you say, "I feel anger, but I am not anger." That's when control shifts from them to you. The tactics of mind control. Let's step into the shadows, where manipulation becomes an art form. Here are the 4 most powerful tactics of mind control, used daily, often invisibly. 1. Emotional anchoring. A manipulator pairs a strong emotion, like pleasure or pain, with a person or idea. They make you feel something every time they appear. They give affection, praise, and validation, then suddenly withdraw it. You start to crave their approval, chasing the high like an addiction. Your subconscious links them to reward. And once that bond forms, they own a piece of your mind. 2. The guilt trap. Guilt is the most powerful leash ever invented. After all I've done for you, if you loved me, you'd do this. These words transform empathy into weakness. You start to serve the manipulator's emotions instead of your own values. But here's the truth: genuine love doesn't demand guilt. It inspires growth, not submission. 3. The illusion of choice. You're offered two options, both leading to the same outcome. Would you rather comply now or later? Would you rather be a good person or a selfish one? The manipulator controls the frame, so every path leads to their goal. You feel free, but you're walking inside a mental maze they designed. 4. The mirror technique. Humans trust similarity. We like those who seem like us. So, a manipulator mirrors your speech, your energy, your body language. They become your reflection. Your subconscious lowers its guard, and influence seeps in like smoke. The power of these tactics lies not in their use, but in their invisibility. Once you see them, once you name them, they begin to lose their grip. Breaking the chains. The path of self-mastery. The first step to escaping manipulation is not resistance, it's awareness. Become a watcher of your mind. Every time you're triggered, pause and ask, what emotion is being used against me right now? Anger? Fear? Guilt? Desire? Name it, and you weaken it. Emotions are not enemies. They are signals. They tell you where your boundaries lie, and where they've been crossed. The second step: master your state. When you control your state, your breathing, your tone, your focus, you control your reality. A calm mind cannot be manipulated. A still heart cannot be provoked. Before every major decision, return to calm. Never decide when your emotions are high, because that's when your subconscious is open, and influence slips in unnoticed. Third, study people not to control them but to understand them. When you understand human behavior, manipulation becomes transparent. You see the patterns, the subtle shifts in tone, the timing of guilt, the emotional bait. What once looked like chaos now looks like code. And the more fluent you become in this language, the less power anyone has over you. The web of human behavior. When you start to see the mechanics of human psychology, a strange thing happens. You stop taking things personally. You begin to realize that most manipulation isn't born from evil, it's born from insecurity. People control others because they can't control themselves. They seek dominance because they fear irrelevance. Every manipulator, deep down, is just another human trying to feel powerful in a world that constantly makes them feel small. That understanding doesn't make manipulation acceptable, but it makes it understandable. And with understanding comes emotional freedom. You no longer fight manipulation with anger, you dissolve it with awareness. The salesperson who preys on your fears. The influencer who makes you feel inadequate to sell you confidence. The friend who plays victim to keep your attention. Once you see the pattern, you can smile, not with bitterness but with clarity. You finally realize that the power was never theirs. It was always yours. The ultimate mind control. Mastering yourself. The greatest form of mind control is not over others. It's over yourself. The true master of the mind doesn't seek to dominate. They seek to understand. They observe their own darkness, the ego, the fear, the desire for control, and they tame it. Because until you understand the manipulator within you, you'll keep falling for the manipulators outside of you. The mind is both weapon and shield. If you neglect it, it turns against you. But when you learn its patterns, its triggers, its illusions, it becomes your greatest ally. Self-mastery is not about suppressing emotion. It's about transforming emotion into awareness. It's when anger becomes clarity, when fear becomes focus, when desire becomes discipline. That is real power. When the world shouts, you remain silent. When they provoke, you stay still. When chaos rises, you remain the calm center. That's not weakness. That's dominance of a higher kind, the power of inner control. Dark psychology reveals how influence works, but it also reveals something deeper. That everything powerful has two sides. Manipulation and motivation share the same roots. Persuasion and inspiration are twins, divided only by intention. The same principles that can enslave a mind can also free it. The same understanding that allows control allows compassion. Because once you know how easily the human mind bends, you start treating others with more care. You start speaking truth instead of control. You stop manipulating and start teaching. You stop demanding and start inspiring. In mastering the darkness, you find the light. So remember, your greatest enemy is not the manipulator outside. It's the unobserved mind inside. Learn to see. Learn to feel. Learn to think beyond emotion, beyond impulse, beyond programming. Because awareness, true awareness, is liberation. If you've listened this far, you've already taken the first step toward mastering your mind. Keep watching your thoughts. Keep observing your emotions. Because the moment you see them clearly, they lose control over you. Until next time, remember, the mind is the battlefield, and awareness is your greatest weapon beyond mindset. Master your mind. Master your life.